Okay, in all seriousness, I honestly have ear infections and cannot hear. Am I loud enough? Okay. Because I normally have no control over my volume, people who know me, so I have no idea. And I've been to Oktoberfest, so I've had 2 liters of beer. So, honestly, guys, I'm really messed up. So I don't really care if you laugh or not. Thank you so much for Hastings for having us, for placing boundaries on my comedy. I normally do what is referred to as blue comedy, which is very, very, very dirty and has lots of 4-letter words. I try to use all 7 dirty words in 30 seconds, but not here. I have kids, and so at home, I actually don't drop the F-bomb all the time, because then they do it at school, and you've got to go to parent-teacher conferences, and nobody likes that. So I'm going to do some clean stuff. I'm going to talk about books, because we're at Hastings. This is my favorite kids' book ever. This is called Everybody Poops. Anybody have this book? The guy who does my colonoscopies has this book in his lobby. It bothers me. Except that it says a camel has a 2-hump poop, like a 1-hump camel and a 2-hump camel, and I believe that. So I'm a parent, and I have a husband. There he is. And sometimes, it's amazing, after 14 years together, we still like make out. And my son will walk in on us, and he's 10, and this is gross for him. And I can't figure out why. And then I realize it's the age difference. Because if I walked in on someone 4 times my age making out, that would be disgusting. And so suddenly I realize this is gross. But it's all relative, because I really hope at 125 I'm still making out. Toothless or not. With whoever. We talked about breastfeeding the other night at Kites. And there's been a lot of stuff on Facebook about breastfeeding photos, and they can't do this, and where can you breastfeed and where can you not breastfeed. And it's nature's way, like coffee grinding. It sounds like a breast pump. It's nature's way, and I'm totally for it. But I was at the Union bowling, and I look over, and there's a pair of bowling shoes coming out of this chick's shirt. I'm not kidding, true story. And then he gets out from under the shirt and grabs a ball and goes and bowls, and then goes back and climbs back under her shirt. If you can grab an 8-pound ball and break 75, you're done breastfeeding. You're done. My uncle used to say, if you can go to the fridge and get me a beer, then you're done. But bowling and tying your own shoes really goes beyond. Yeah. I do have kids. I have 4 kids. I have 3 boys and a girl. And I like boys. Y'all are self-cleaning. Take care of yourselves. This is nice. Girls are complicated. And we're crazy. All of us. And when you put us together, the mathematics about how much crazier we get together is wow. And my daughter knows how to get attention. So we play Nerf games, we play all sorts of fun games, and she's running through the house and hits her corner of her crotch on the corner of a coffee table and yells, "Ow, my balls."
Video, you have a call line 1, video line 1.
And I didn't know what to say, because she doesn't have a pair that I know of. Like, I haven't been there in a while, but I'm pretty sure she's not a dude. But the guys thought it was the funniest thing ever. Y'all are so sensitive about that. And that she could connect with you on that kind of level. It says a lot about my daughter. We listen to a lot of different music in my house. Can I have my coffee? Because I have cotton mouth. Not that anybody here is surprised. A lot of music in my house. And until you listen to music through your kid's mouth, you don't realize how dirty it is. So I want to put together a Kids Bop album with I Touch Myself and 25 or 6 to 4 for you old people who know what that means. Yeah. It would be wrong. My daughter wanted to compete in Riley County Idol. I wanted her to sing Whiskey Lullaby. She said no. Or Sin Wagon. Any Dixie Chicks out of an 8-year-old's mouth is really wrong. She wouldn't do it. She lost. Next year, she'll take my advice. I had to pull out my VCR the other day. I'm a grad student now because the real world sucks, and grad school's awesome. VCR for research purposes. We've been watching all our old videotapes. My daughter says, why do these movies always start at the end? You have to rewind. She has no concept of rewind at all. She thinks all movies now start at the end, and then you have to push a button, and then they skip back to the magic beginning. She has no idea whatsoever. It's nice. She also, when I tried to explain what an album was, she kept thinking like scrapbooking. How do you get music into scrapbooks? I went to San Francisco recently because Kansas is Kansas, and sometimes you have to get out. Raise your hand if you've gotten out recently. Amen. If you haven't, go. Manhattan is a much better place if you leave. And then come back. And I'm at a bar, and this guy sits down next to me, and he buys me a drink, and what do you do? I said, well, I'm a grad student. I should have lied, because I'm in a foreign city. I should totally make up something really cool, like a spy. But I guess spies don't say they're spies, so that's kind of funny. So he says to me, I'm a pediatric massage therapist. And I'm letting that sink in for a minute. He should have lied. This grad student sounds totally awesome compared to pediatric massage therapist. I'm sure it's a perfectly legitimate line of work in San Francisco. Not in Kansas. Not even a little bit. Recently there was a sign, and I'm going to make fun of a different coffee shop. There was a sign on Community Bank over here that said, bake sale for child hunger. Anybody else find that insanely ironic? At Radina's, where it's like $5 for a cup of coffee. Why don't you just give some money to the poor kids? Or just give the cookies right to the poor kids. Cut out the middleman completely. I can't figure out how to do that. Before I go, I want to give a few book reviews. A couple people have this book at home. If you don't, this is worth it. This is Once Upon a Potty. This is a used copy, and you can tell because the pages have been wet and or torn out. At the library where I used to work, you'll be interested to know this, all the potty books get wiped down with disinfectant wipes when they come back. Because they know your kids' poopy hands are all over them. Other books that you might need depending on your age are this one, What's Happening to Me, A Guide to Puberty. Although the male parts in this book are, let's just say, smaller than representatively average for white males. But the pictures are nice. Also, Mommy Laid an Egg, or Where Do I Come From? When I explained to my 8-year-old daughter that it's called the baby hole because that's where babies come out of, she was not thrilled. Because she understands that babies are larger than that opening. Much, much larger. We bowl, so she understands what an 8-pound bowling ball looks like. I'm like, well, it's not round, and it didn't really help the conversation at all. And then I want to show you the book that makes me believe in karma. And this is Beatrix Potter. She tells Peter Rabbit stories. How familiar with this one? This is actually a book that is not commonly read. It's called The Story of the Fierce Bad Rabbit. It's pretty much a discussion of karma. I'll sum it up for you. There's a good rabbit. He's nice. He's good. He kisses butt. His mommy gives him a carrot. There's a bad rabbit. He has no parents. He wants a carrot. He steals the carrot. And then... this is a man with a gun! These are the kind of lessons we should be really teaching our kids. Thanks for coming out to Comedy at Hastings Hardback.